All right, let's get to it. So you probably noticed two different things with this video. Um, I don't have my stubble. Shaved it off a couple days ago, partially for military reasons and partially just because it's always good to reset in a bit uh, for exfoliating my skin, but also I tend to like pull on my beard. So what I actually do is I pull so much it pulls them out and then starts creating little gaps. So don't want to create more bald spots and stuff. I don't know if you can tell, but you can kind of see like it's a little thinner here than this side. It's not super noticeable to other people, but it's noticeable to me. But anyway, that and also it's not crazy late, so I actually have a shirt on. Um, but yeah, it's week 9. Um, I think as I said in one of the first few videos, maybe not, but I've been off of work these like past 2 months. I've just got to prove that I can still be off until the 17th of next month. So it's week 9. Um, week 9. So last video I did was day 54, and I think that was on what day was that on? It was on November 18th. So November 18th was my last video. Dang, it was 18th. Wow, it's already been over a week. It's crazy. I was actually going to do this over the weekend, like Friday, Saturday, but it kind of slipped my mind. And I've just been, I've said I have a lot of sleeping issues, so I just, with this time, I mean, I'm kind of not wasting it somewhat, but I just sleep as much as I possibly can. With years of sleep deprivation, with, all this chronic pain keep me up, among other things, time to time. But that was day 54, so it's 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62. So this is day 62. Um, yeah, so almost, I think tomorrow will mark 9 weeks complete. So this is week 9. Tomorrow, week 9 will be done, and then move on to week 10 on Thursday. If we're getting like really specific. But anyway, don't want to overtalk it. I know I tend to take my time with these, which usually would be good, but given our shrinking attention span and TikTok, brain rot that has taken over, uh, trying to keep it shorter so people get the information they need and then, can go on with their day. But if you've, already taken the time to just listen to me app, thank you. But uh, here's the updates like usual. Here's the scar. It's really just this cluster of tissue that's pretty dark, but I mean, I don't really mind it. I don't really care about the scar. It shows all the shit that my shoulder has gone through. Sorry for lack of a better term. Um, because most people unfortunately don't really believe anything unless they see it. So if you look healthy, they're not gonna really think that anything's wrong. I mean, even now, I go to PT. It's like I have all this constant tightness. It hurts. But since I'm like the youngest one in the room, people probably just assume I'm fine. When it's like, no, I want to actually be healthy, not dealing with all this crap. But anyway, that's the scar. Probably kind of same old, same old. Um, PT, there's actually been quite a bit of changes today specifically. Usually I go Monday, Wednesday, Friday, right? But actually just yesterday it was like Monday afternoon. I was like, why don't I have it on my schedule? Why am I not getting the reminder? Turns out I just didn't have anything scheduled for the week. So initially, like, this is Thanksgiving week. So if you're watching this today, whether you're in school or not, you probably are on break. And if you are working, an employee, you probably have at least Thursday, Friday off. So originally my PT was all booked up, but the guy who answered the phone called me back later in the day Monday and said that 2:20 today was open. So I was able to go this afternoon, and I actually did quite a bit new things. I'm not going to go over like everything. If there's anything I left out from previous videos I did, chances I did it. It's just I don't want to keep on saying the same thing over and over again and bore you. But at the same time, I can't possibly remember every single thing every time. But I'll kind of run through quickly the PT update of the things that I've already done in the past, and then slow it down when it gets to the new stuff. So go in, do my heat, do my like the Theraputty thing for my wrist pain, and weakness, scapular retractions, the shoulder shrugs. Um, you know, those are just like the first 10 minutes. Then I did my pulleys, just the stretching out. See, like, without even thinking of it, you can kind of see the update on my range of motion here. Like, I can go pretty much all the way here. So not 90, but basically like the student raising their hand. That's what I can get there. For comparison, it looks like a 3 o'clock on a clock, maybe. And then out here, pretty much get 90. It's weak, so it takes a lot of strength to do that. But yeah, I can wave down the taxi. That's where I'm at right now. But yeah, shoulder shrugs, all that stuff, pulleys. And then this is where my PT, usually I go to the ball and do the whole ball stretch thing. But didn't have me do that right away. Actually did isometric exercises. So if you've had the shoulder surgeries in the past or PT in the past, you probably know the very classic external rotation, internal rotation, the bands that are basically you take the band, do this, whether it's this way or this way, and then same thing, internal, external. But instead, it was just took a towel, and say this is the door sill, just kind of like push into the door. No, I'm not like that exaggerated. I'm just doing that to show, but it's just slight push, hold, 10 seconds, let go. Hold 10 seconds, let go. So that was 5 repetitions, 10-second holds each. And then so I did that for this motion. Also, pushing with the elbows on the back. Having the door sill here and my hand here, so like pushing inward. So it's like the internal. And the same thing, external. 10 seconds again, and 5 reps. So he's told me this is just priming because week 10 is when I'm going to start strengthening. So if you remember, the first 6 weeks was all passive motion. So I'm not using my actual body weight of my arm to do the exercises. It's all assisted, basically. It's laying on a table or he's moving my arm. I'm not really lifting my arm. That way the tissue has time to heal and it doesn't stretch anything out that's not supposed to be stretched out yet. And then these past few weeks, like 3-4-ish weeks, it's been active. So I'm using my actual arm, like with the ball, right? I'm using my actual arm as part of the PT, the body weight of it. And then strengthening, I think will happen next week. Sorry, I'm about to sneeze. And that's when I'm actually using bands and weights and stuff. But right now it's been no bands, no weights. So that was some of the new stuff. The ball you already know. I actually skipped the whole like doing the ball in the circles. I did my stick stretches, so this whole thing. But now I do at 45 as well, which I think I mentioned. Did not do table slides. I think that's just because, well, in respect with time, doing new stuff, but then also, I can pretty much at least when it's just on the table in front of me, I can pretty much go all the way. It's yes, still tighter here, and I could probably go even further out with my left. But for whatever reason, just skip that. I just think that's not as important because I'm advancing to more strenuous things to advance physical therapy like you normally do. I did my whole lay face down, contract the scapula, or retract, and then lift the hands. And then, I did all that. And then my stretches with the stick, but kind of going back to increase that motion. Like you could see, I couldn't really go all the way with my right arm. And then, lastly, I don't think I've mentioned this in the last one. I kind of forgot. Just kind of doing this thing where, like, which I've done this in my very first physical therapist at my first clinic. It's kind of just like moving around your arm like this. Like, so he takes his two hands, he tells me to hold it, and then he's kind of like testing the stability. So that's actually kind of tiresome because I'm like really guarded. I'm using all this stuff. It gets really tight, and the whole goal is obviously to get that stability going. And after all that, so that was some of the new stuff, kind of the isometric exercises. This I've done before. I've just forgotten to mention, but in different angles. So usually it was just kind of out here, maybe out here. But now he was having me do it when my arm is like way out here, and he's doing it, which is really difficult, actually, because I don't have that much stability out there. And then lastly, I do this pretty much. I do either stims beginning or end of my PT session. So that's just the little gel pads that you stick here, and then it has electrical stimulation. It's kind of lighter, but the deeper stuff, which is called dry needling, as I've said before, and then with electrical stimulation, is kind of every 1 to 2 PT sessions. So, I did this once last week, and then this is the only day I'm going to be here this week because, again, Thanksgiving week. So I went today, but he's going to be out of town, I think, Thursday, Friday. And then I will be going there Monday. But then Tuesday next week, I actually have to go to training for the Iowa Army National Guard. So I don't have to go until technically the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. 7th, 8th for December. And then 9th through 13th. Yeah. To make up for October, November. Because now I go quarterly drills since I live in Texas, but I'm still in the Iowa Army National Guard, where I'm originally from. So I might do this thing that I'm about to show again Monday, but it all depends on what he says. So just to show you again what this dry needling thing is, it looks kind of freaky. I have a lot of acne scars, so just don't mind those. Here, there's like a lot of glare when I do that, but you can kind of see here how tight my muscles are, and then it, it's like spazzing out. Yeah, so that's the other thing, but other than that, I still have a lot of tightness here. It's really annoying, but I think it's better. Progress has been pretty good, even though I'm not even following PT at home as I should. Of course, the minute I see it lacking, I'm going to be more strict on it, but I should be doing it. So right now it's kind of that phase 2 of PT, finishing out active motion, and then the next stage will be actual strengthening, which will start. I'll probably just start next week. But from December 3rd to December 17th, I'll be in Iowa, so I won't be here. So I'm actually taking a hiatus on PT for a while. So I'm going to try to do a video, but we'll see. Chances are I'm going to do very little PT, but I definitely will try to prioritize it. But that's just something to keep in mind, that I'll have 2 weeks here that I won't be able to go to the clinic. But I'll update. And anyway, as always, thanks for watching. and I'll see you in the next video.